This is QTV News. I am Marietu Sidibe and thanks for joining us. First, the headlines. We hear how some people celebrate Christmas and how it brings Christians and Muslims together. As more voices are added to the consultation, the League of Gambia Soninke scholars set out their position on the draft constitution. A school in Tanje gets a much appreciated facelift. We hear how. For more on these and other stories, stay tuned. As Christians in the Gambia celebrated Christmas on Wednesday, some families and friends of both Christians and Muslims came together to celebrate the joyous occasion. Ajibintu Drame went to find out how important the feast is for them.
Christmas, an annual festival commemorating the birth of Jesus Christ, is observed on December 25th. As a religious and cultural celebration, the event is observed by millions of people around the world, and the Gambia is not an exception. The event is marked by church service, prayers, parties, carnivals, masquerade parades, fun fairs, among other activities. Hadi Koli, a convert to Islam who is living with her Christian family, explains how she celebrates Christmas.
I
had a wonderful Christmas because I witnessed it in good health. Christmas is a day of enjoyment, so spending it with my Christian family is like celebrating it like when I was a Christian.
Hadi also said it is a day for both Muslims and Christians to come together and peace should be maintained.
At Christmas, you see no division between Christians and Muslims. We are all one. For instance, if one comes to this house, you will not know if I am a Muslim. We are one, so we should avoid anything that will separate us.
Christmas is a busy period for businesses as people prepare for the occasion. Nancy Thomas, a hairdresser, states how she spent Christmas.
The Christmas was nice. I'm a Christian and I'm also a hairdresser, so I spent my Christmas with my customers and it was lovely. I was busy whole day with customers and family. Very important because I was born in Christmas month, so I was born on the 20th, so I celebrate my Christmas with so much joy, and I celebrate it because I also celebrate Christmas with our Savior, our Lord Jesus Christ, so I'm so happy.
Elizabeth Damfa also shares similar sentiments.
Dafa doon bés boo xam ne bés bu rëy la si ñun. Waaw, da nga war a dem church.
It's a big day for us. We went to church and later spent it with our families. It is a sort of family day. I prepared fruit salad and the famous chicken stew with my neighbors.
Elizabeth went on to say,
the most important thing is that we are all one. The way Muslims and Christians live is wonderful. If you came here yesterday, you would not have known who is a Muslim and who is a Christian. That should be maintained.
Ajibintu Drame, QTV News.
The League of Gambia Soninke scholars on Wednesday organized a conference to set out their position on the draft constitution. The scholars totally rejected the inclusion of the word secular in the country's constitution. The story is by Babukar C and narrated by Jainab Sonko.
The association thanked the Constitutional Review Commission for their work in trying to draft a new constitution for the Gambia. However, in line with other Muslim leaders, the Soninke scholars hold the same position that the word secular should not be included in the new constitution. According to them, the supreme law of the state must reflect the aspirations, principles, and social values of the people. In defending their stance, Ustaz Mohamed Toure said the Gambia is a Muslim-dominated country with 96% of the population being Muslim. Thus, the word secular is not appropriate to go into the new constitution.
It is not appropriate in any way to include an article in the Constitution that leads to the loss of identity of the people and weakens the values of the nation. In light of these reasons and the principles, we demand the following things. The first demand, we say no to inclusion of secularism in the Constitution. The first article of the Gambia Constitution states that the Gambia is a sovereign state. We demand that the formulation be preserved and that the word secular should not be included in the Constitution.
According to Ustaz Toure, the word secular has never been in the Constitution since independence, and he sees no reason why it should be included now. He went further to demand on behalf of the Gambia Soninke Scholars Association the following.
1. To include that the majority religion in the Gambia is the state religion. To consider the principles and the religious values of the majority of the primary source as primary source of the legislation. 4. To state that religious tolerance between Islam and the Christianity is guaranteed by law in the Republic of the Gambia. 5. Article 9 of the Constitution stipulates that laws of the Gambia and Sharia has been mentioned among them. It quotes Sharia in matters of marriage, divorce, burial, endowment, and the inheritance among the members of the society to which they apply. We call on the Commission to expand the circle to include all civil matters and the personal status affairs.
The Soninke Scholars Association are demanding from the CRC an extension and widening of the powers of the Islamic laws in the Constitution, and not only limit them to settling divorce, family disputes, settling of wills, amongst others. Reporting for QTV News, I am Jenna Wasonko.
4 classroom blocks were recently renovated at Tangier Lower Basic School. The exercise was carried out by a group of soldiers from a military school in Holland, part of a foundation called Future for the Young People. This story is by Lamin Dabo and narrated by Momodu Gajaga.
As part of their annual vacation, the Dutch soldiers from a military school are volunteers and carried out the renovation work as part of a military-civil relationship. The head teacher of the Tangier Lower Basic School, Morikeba Kamara, is grateful for the numerous assistance the Dutch Foundation has given to the school. He further explains.
We renovated about 4 classrooms inside the floors, under the walls. We painted them. Every year when they come, they embark on those type of things. Maintenance of the project now is left with the participation of the village people, because they own the school. Because government have transferred all schools to the village. So the VDC, later part, they said they will be coming to intervene and make sure that they do their part also to make sure that whatever these people have done, let them maintain it here, whether I'm here or not.
Mohamed Dabo, a senior teacher in charge of special needs children, urged parents with special needs children at home to try and enroll them in school.
We have people who normally come here is that we have one is Down syndrome people, and then we have physically challenged, we have deaf, and then we have the epileptic guys, epilepsy. We have those types of people who we are currently dealing with in this classroom. So we can only just say to the donors, thank you very much for initiating such a wonderful classroom in Tangier here. Those who are having physically challenged or disabled people in their compounds, they are highly welcome to bring them to the school, because they should not leave them. They should also have equal opportunities of accessing the education that is at the right steps of their doors. So they should really bring them to school and see what, in future the children could be.
One of the founders of the Future for the Young People Foundation, Alaji Sao, expresses happiness for the good work the volunteers are doing. He went on to say that if people can come from other countries to help Gambians, then we should not sit back and relax. The Future for the Young People Foundation has been contributing immensely in transforming the lives and livelihood of people not only in Tangier, but also in several other communities across the country. providing support for education, skills development, and entrepreneurship.
We will go with a short commercial break, and when we return, the Lord Mayor of KMC gives us an exclusive interview about the year just ending, and the residents of Kasany in Fonyi Bintang Karanai raised their concerns about the scarcity and health fears over the only source of water in their village. Join us after the break for these stories and more.
It's the annual end-of-year Q-City Gala Dinner. We did it before and it was outstanding. We are going to do it again this year and it will be even better.
Come and have a glorious time at the 2019 end-of-year Q-City Gala Dinner and enjoy a classic, intimate family setting as you listen to the delight and the best performances Gambian artists have to offer.
And the best of all, there'll be a grand fireworks display to celebrate the end of a fantastic year and the beginning of a promising new year.
Tickets are $3,000 per individual, $1,500 for children 12 and under. You can get a 15% discount for every table of 10 you buy.
It will be another great night at Q City as we enter the new year in style.
For more information, call 33-72-489 or 33-00-056.
10 years. For 10 years, we have worked to deliver world-class products and services. For 10 years, we have cultivated a reputation of excellence and quality. For 10 years, we have strived to support our people and our culture. With a history of quality behind us and a present-day drive to be the best, we continue to forge ahead towards a future of growth. As a quality network you trust, we have worked to ensure stability, innovation, and distinction. QCell, a decade of innovation, a lifetime of trust.
Welcome back. The Lord Mayor of Kanifing Municipal Council has described 2019 as a year of great success for the municipality. The mayor said a major challenge he faced in 2019 is the backwater dump site, which, according to him, is his top priority in 2020. More in this report from Babakar C.
The Lord Mayor of Kanifing Municipal Council, Talib Ahmed Bensouda, said one of his top development priorities in the coming year is to solve the problems at the backwater dump site. His vision for KMC, he said, is to build strong institutions and deliver necessary service for the people living in the municipality. For the mayor, all the above achievements are successes, even though some of his targets were not met.
2019 has been a great year. I think it's a great success for KMC. Given that before the start of the year there was no municipal waste collection service, and now we have about 23 trucks and 10 skips that are working daily across the municipality to do garbage collection. And although we are still trying to improve it, we are still trying to have full coverage. It's been largely successful. We are now collecting about 500 tons of waste per day from the different sections of our municipality. So that's a great achievement. We've also had the 500 bin initiative, which I spoke about today, to help with the anti-littering, ensure people are putting the trash in the right places. We also launched a $100 million women finance project to empower women.
Talib Ahmed Bensouda acknowledges those challenges, describing the problems caused by the backwater dump site and the issue of street vendors as his biggest priority for 2020.
Right now, my biggest problem is with the backwater dump site, because now there's new waste that was never going to make it there coming there. It's about how to really inject better management, also how to really drive the process of finding a partner for the waste processing as soon as possible. So that's a big problem. Also with street vendors, that became a very big problem for us, given that everybody wants to come and sell in KMC. So we have brought in municipal police, about 100 officers. This is new recruits to really help get people off the roads. But on the flip side, we are also trying to create more market space by rearranging our markets better so we can accommodate all these vendors. Lack of road infrastructure, good drainage system. That's always a challenge, especially from people living around Old Joshua, going all the way to Abuko, Fajikunda, Ibo Town, all these wetland areas. It's always a big problem. And people living along the Kotu stream, that's the canal, they always face flooding issues.
According to the mayor, 2020 will be a busy year.
2020, like I said, we are working on 3 major projects. So we've created 3 task forces. These task forces include central, local government, people from private sector, and they're coming up with concepts in municipal bus service, a concept in market expansion project, and waste processing for the Bakote dump site. So what we're expecting to do next year is to launch a municipal bus service that is affordable, gives good coverage, and it's efficient. Also, we are trying to create a waste processing facility with a partner with the technical expertise, the capital, also somebody who will really have a long-term vision to use Bakote as a temporary processing plant, but long-term to move it outside of Bakote.
Babu Karsi, QTV News.
The residents of Kasani in Fonyi Bintankaranai are worried about the scarcity and health concerns over the only source of water in the village. They say the water is so unhealthy that it turns red when kept for the next day. The story is by Lamin Dabo and is narrated by Babukar Sise.
The village of Kasang in Fonyi Bintankaranai is in the West Coast region. Residents have been struggling not only with a shortage of water, but also a lack of clean drinking water. It has now reached a point where villagers believe the water poses a health hazard. Amadou Toure, a representative of Kasang's Village Development Committee, expresses frustration over the lack of clean and safe drinking water in the community.
Our community is facing lots of challenges, and looking at all the women behind me, they are all looking pale due to water scarcity. The whole village is using one hand pump and the water is not good. Sometimes the women quarrel and fight over water. The water from the hand pump automatically changes its color to red, like palm oil, if you keep it till the next day. Some people even complain of stomach ache, and we believe it is caused by the water.
Khadijatu Fabre, a women's representative, says apart from the water shortage in the village, they are also faced with another challenge in the women's vegetable garden.
Every day, we keep on pulling the rope to draw water from the wells. We are tired of using our energy and strength to pull heavy containers of water. We will appreciate it if we have a borehole. Our mothers have been manually drawing water from the wells till they grow old and died. Our sisters have done the same, and now we are doing the same thing. In our district, we are the first to get a community garden during the First Republic, but we are still struggling to get water.
Fabakari Kamara, a committee member of the Women's Vegetable Garden, said the women of Kasang are very hardworking, but due to the poor state of their garden, they cannot have a bumper harvest.
Women are suffering a lot. The fencing is not good, and if you spend some time here, you will see the goats and cattle coming to destroy the vegetables. We definitely need help to erect a solid fence to deter animals.
The youth representative of the village, Pa Mamadi Baji, appeals for support.
I am appealing to the general public, the international donors, whoever can assist us. This is what we are looking for, because we have right to people, we have right to donors, we have appeal to the government, but still no help.
The only source of water in the village, which is the community hand pump, was erected in 1987 through the Saudi Sahel Project, SSP. After serving the community for over 30 years, it appears the local pump has either reached the end of its lifespan or needs proper maintenance. Babukar Sise, QTV News.
Before we end this bulletin, let's take a quick look at our main stories. We hear how some people celebrate Christmas and how it brings Christians and Muslims together. As more voices are added to the consultation, the League of Gambia Soninke scholars set out their position on the draft constitution. A school in Tanje gets a much appreciated facelift. We hear how. That's all we have for you in this edition of the news. Join us tomorrow for more news. Thank you for watching.